In this lesson, we are going to look at translations. Translation is a horizontal and or vertical movement of a shape or an object. The game of chess is a very good example of translations. Pieces move from square to square, either up, down, left, or right. So the three diagrams on this slide do show different translations and how things are moving. So let's look at some examples to figure out how to do some translations. In this example, we've got the green triangle, ABC, and we want to translate this 4 right and 4 up. So what we want to do is take point A, and we're going to move point A 4 to the right and 4 up. So starting at point A, we'll go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, and from this point we'll also go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So our new point A is at the coordinate 1, 2, and we're going to call this A prime. So A with a little mark above it. We're going to do the same thing for B. So starting at point B, we're going to go to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 4. And we're going to put our new point B, and we're going to call that B prime. We'll do the same thing for C. So to the right 4, and up 4. So our point C will be here, and that will be C prime. So we'll just connect the points of the triangle. And notice that the size of the triangle doesn't change, the orientation doesn't change. The only thing that changes with the triangle is where it's placed on the coordinate plane. So now we want to write our new coordinates. So our A prime is now at the coordinate 1, 2. Remember with the coordinates, we start at the center of the graph. We go to the right or left first for the x part. So we go to the right 1. So that's our x coordinate. And for the y coordinate, we go up 2. So that's our y coordinate. For B prime, for this coordinate, we go to the right 3 positions. And we don't go up or down at all, so our y coordinate is 0. And for C prime, our new coordinate will be 4, 3. So we went to the right 4, and we went up 3 positions from the x-axis. In this next example, we want to take that green shape, and we want to translate it 2 left and 4 down. So for each of these points, we are going to shift it to the 2 to the left and 4 down. So for this first, I'm going to call this A, and I'm going to shift over A. So 2 to the left and 4 down. So this is our new A point, so our A prime. I'm going to go down to the B, so we'll have 2 to the left and 4 down. Then our C point will go 2 to the left and 4 down. Our D point, if we go 2 to the left and 4 down, will end up at right there, so D prime. Our E, again, 2 to the left and 4 down, will end up at that point there. So for each point on our graph, or on our figure that we're translating, we want to move everything 2 to the left and 4 down. Okay, and at some point you can just draw in the shape. We know it's going to look exactly the same. So if we have the majority of the points, we can just sketch in the rest of it without counting 2 to the left and 4 down. So now we want to write our new coordinates. So our A prime is at -1, +1. So we moved from the center of the graph, we moved to the left 1 to get to -1, and we moved up 1 to get to +1. So the x coordinate comes first and then the y coordinate. Our B prime is at -1, -2. So we went to the left 1 and down 2. Our C prime, our x value is at 0, and our y value is at -2. D prime is at 0, -1. E prime is at 2, -1. F prime is at 2, 1. Our G prime is at 1, 1. If we label in the rest of our points, we'll have H prime, I prime, and J prime. So if we'll look at our H, we are at 1, 0. I is at the origin, so at the point 0, 0, and our J prime is at the point 0, 1. So we've labeled all of the points on our new shape. For this last example, wood is a renewable resource if forests are managed appropriately. Forest companies practice responsible logging by carefully planning the location of cutting sites. For example, by avoiding logging near streams. Sean is a supervisor for an active logging site. When one area of timber is cleared, he needs to assign the crew and machinery to another area within the site. So based on the map that we're given, if we translate vertex D to the point 15, 4, we want to figure out where the other 3 vertices, or corners, of our rectangle will be located if the cut site remains exactly the same size. So if we take point D and we move that over to 15, 4, we will be at this point right there. So now we want to figure out how we translated point D. So how far to the right or left did we go? How far up or down did we go? So we went from the original coordinate of 6, 2, and we move this to the new coordinate of 15, 4. So we can tell that we are translating the graph from 6 to 15. That's going to move to the right 9 positions. And then from 2 to 4, that's going to go up 2 positions. So the rest of our points, A, B, and C, need to be translated 9 to the right and 2 up. So if we start with point C, we are at 2, and we are going 9 to the right, so we'll end up with 11. And then we'll go up 2, so we'll get to that point there. You can also just count. For point B, we're going 9 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going 2 up, so point B will be there, our B prime. And then point A, if we count 9 to the right and 2 up, we will get to this point here. So that's our new site.